I didn't realize how sick liberals were until this Charlie Kirk situation. Like, I don't want to live on the same planet as these people. Like, I have experienced real racism in my life, actually. You know? And I don't think those people deserve death. You guys can't even deal with an actual, like, political discourse with a center-right political figure. It makes me sick to my stomach that I have to live amongst you. It makes me sick to my stomach that you guys exist in our society. You guys can say whatever you want. Conservatives have a heart and a soul far more than you ever will.
I think that something momentous is happening. Prayers, vigils, gatherings taking place across the West, young people stepping up in honour of Charlie, minority groups defending him against the media lies, countless Democrats announcing their move to the Republican Party. Rather than responding in chaos, the right is working together in an organised way and making sure those who celebrated Charlie's death are facing true repercussions. The right will not stay silent in fear any longer. Charlie has left behind a spark that is igniting the community of the right. Well, I have spent the last few days completely horrified over what happened to Charlie Kirk and just processing it and coming to terms with it, really. And I was already quite shaky anyway after having seen the footage of Irina, the Ukrainian girl. So I just feel it's been a very, very dark week. We've witnessed so much darkness and darkness in so many people, which was very shocking when, you know, when we started to see the far left reacting to Charlie's death. It just, it really, there's so much darkness in people that I didn't realize was so prevalent. I think it's good to know that it's there. And they showed their faces now. We're more enlightened now. And I do truly believe that something big is happening, that the right is just done now. You know, just done hiding, done making excuses, done being afraid or being apologetic or being passive. I think that this has awakened something very, very powerful. And so I do truly believe that we're going to see some very positive changes in the coming months. So even though I'm feeling negative and I've been consuming a lot of, you know, stuff that made me feel very sad, I wanted this video to be positive and to focus on some of the beautiful things that have come since Charlie's passing and some of the more uplifting moments or hopeful moments or positive things. And so that's what this video is. There've been people honouring Charlie Kirk's memory everywhere. And the young generation is deeply affected by Charlie Kirk's passing as well. And there have been some beautiful moments.
My high school kids talked about Charlie Kirk all morning. Positive conversations about Charlie Kirk all morning. They're impacted. They're mad. But passionate, compassion all morning. These kids are smart. These kids are smart. He touched them. They knew who he was. He made an impact on their lives.
Kyle Matthews says, last night my oldest son said to me, Dad, me and all my friends are going to wear a coat and tie to school tomorrow. At drop off today, I realised that the entire school was doing it when effectively every student was wearing a coat and tie. And what I found remarkable was they wore a coat and tie not because the school forced them to or recommended it, but the student body decided to on their own out of respect for Charlie. He says, I would bet my bottom dollar that what drove the killer to commit the murder of Charlie Kirk was to shut him up, but in the process only created 1,000 times more Charlie Kirks. And here are a couple of clips of young kids speaking out about it. It's just really heartwarming.
Wait, don't scroll. I wanted to come over here and talk about the death of someone I looked up to, Charlie Kirk. And I wanted to say that it is disrespectful how people are making Fortnite memes and talking bad about him like he was a horrible person. All he did was have boldness in his faith with Jesus Christ. Like, you guys are so mean to people just because they have beliefs. We, as Christians, we respect you for your beliefs, but we tell you what's wrong and what's right, righteously. But you do not need to be making fun of him because a tragedy has happened. That's all I want to come on here to say is it's blatantly rude and disrespectful to be talking about someone's death like he's just a piece of trash. He has a family, he has kids, he has a wife. You guys would want someone to respect you if you got shot, right? If you passed away, you would not want anyone to be talking bad about you. And I saw a video, I saw someone making fun of his wife too. Like, that's just horrible and rude. And today is a very special day to me because I hit 14,000 followers, but I don't even want to celebrate that because I just feel guilty that someone I looked up to passed away. And I'm still able to be on this earth. That's how grateful you have to be. So just stop making fun of him and just go. Like, just stop making fun of him. It's not even funny at all.
Like, I'm super sad right when I got the news, but why don't we start bringing revival to our schools? Like, I feel like a lot of people, they look at all these Christian content creators, these politicians going to the younger generation, whether it's colleges, schools, and they look at these videos and they just kind of like move on. But why don't we just bring the revival to our schools now? Because if Charlie Kirk isn't here, who's going to be the new revivalist for our generation? So this is just my encouragement. Like, instead of like mourning and groaning about Charlie Kirk and everything, why don't we go ahead and look at his life and in remembrance, go ahead and start sharing Jesus at your schools.
The media and some of the left have tried to taint Charlie's memory falsely by accusing him of being racist, homophobic, transphobic, all of these predictable things. And beautifully, the gay community, many people, and trans people and black people have come out to show their support for him and to put that lie to rest.
Charlie Kirk deserved to die because he doesn't support gays is perhaps the most terrifying leftist talking point they've come up with thus far. First off, as a normal gay, get my name out of your mouth. Do not use gays as a rationalization for your bloodlust and violent tendencies. That's a you being scrambled in the head problem. That has nothing to do with me. Secondly, it's not even true. People keep saying, oh, Charlie Kirk said gays should be killed and executed and stoned. And I keep saying, provide me a Charlie Kirk quote. Provide me a Charlie Kirk quote, and they never do it because no such quote exists. They all collectively made up that Charlie Kirk was this bigot who hated gays in order to rationalize assassinating him, which brings us to point 3. Not liking gays is not something we punish with corporal punishment. We do not execute people for not supporting gays. Why? Because that would make us insane. And the fact that you think that's acceptable shows us that you are insane. Get help, find God.
For speaking the truth, that's what happened? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Okay, this is a grown man who fought for the truth, who went all around our country debating people of all walks of life, walks of religion, walks of sexuality. He debated everybody. And if you're in here saying it wasn't the truth, you are a they, them loser, okay? You are one of those people who doesn't want to live in reality. You want to live in your weird little brain up here. Okay? You are delusional. You are not right in the head.
So is the right still the party of fascists? Can you guys answer me that, please?
David Leatherwood responded to the Advocate trying to spread lies about Charlie, and he said, "The truth is he invited me and several other gay people to serve as ambassadors for Turning Point USA. He never discriminated against us or anyone else."
I'm a gay conservative, and I just want to ask you, what do you have to say for people like me who kind of feel like, I guess, it's kind of hard for gay conservatives because there's not a lot of us. So, like, what do you have to say to other gay people who need to realize, like, they do have a choice?
Yeah, first of all, welcome to the conservative movement. I don't think you should introduce yourself just based on your sexual attractions.
No, I agree. I like,
because that's not who you are.
I like to be thought of as a person, and
for sure, you are a complete human being, and I'm sure you treat people well, and you're studying something. So I want to get away with this idea that you're gay anything. I just think that we have gone a long way in the negative direction in this country, where we act as if the most important part of your identity is what you do in the bedroom. It doesn't mean that much to me, but if you ask from a perspective as a Christian, I don't agree with that lifestyle, but politics is about addition and multiplication. I imagine you agree with a lot of what we talk about.
Absolutely.
Right? Strong borders, strong country, and for that, we welcome you into the conservative movement.
Thank you.
He touched so many people's lives, whether they were straight, gay, trans, whatever. He didn't care. He genuinely didn't care.
Anybody, especially black people, that are saying Charlie Kirk was racist and was not for black people and did not know black people, I am 100% convinced that you have never sat through a full debate of his or watched any of his debates with a sound understanding. Black people are always so quick to want to be the victim of a situation that they can't thrive. And this is one of the things that Charlie Kirk was exposing to black people. We have such a cap on us because we think we're limited, because we're black, or because we're women, and because we think our ancestors, whatever they went through, is still impacting us today. But we are not there anymore. Charlie Kirk wasn't saying that we didn't need or black problems didn't matter. He was saying, hey, you're not a slave anymore, and there are no more laws that are holding you back, saying that you can't do what a white person can do. You should get up and go and try these methods and become somebody. One thing we got to understand is life is hard, and we don't need handouts. Handouts is making people weak and sensitive. That's why this man was just killed over mere opinions. Having an opinion. This man never said nothing racist or hated or hateful towards black people. I followed this man very closely and watched many of his debates, and I stand in agreement with a lot of the things that he say. And I really, if I disagree with anything, it was so small I can't even think about nothing I disagree with. And I just hate that we are people who are so quick to be controlled by the word racism that just one little clip misrepresenting what somebody said is all we need to throw somebody under the bus.
But, you know, whatever that guy was hoping to achieve by doing what he did, I don't think he had any idea what he was unleashing. Firstly, people who still identified as Democrats have been leaving the Democrat Party in masses and moving to the Republican Party after this week. People are leaving the left in massive numbers today. My team and I are seeing it and hearing it everywhere and getting countless testimonials. Let's welcome those whose eyes have been opened by this tragedy. And yes, anybody whose eyes have been opened are welcome.
I was an old school Democrat. I will never vote a fucking Democrat. Ever. I was a Purple Party independent. You lost me. I'm all red now. When you celebrate and rejoice in the murder and assassination of someone who just was giving a different point of view than what you're used to in the fucking colleges these days, you are and will always be part of the problem if you're rejoicing in that. He was a family man. He just came and was respectful to everybody and was assassinated for it.
Aaron Friday came out and announced, today as the left celebrates the demise of one of this country's best men, Charlie Kirk, I can no longer hold out hope that the left can be saved. Democrats are the party of death. I'm registering as a Republican in the name of Charlie, a man who gave me a platform and always answered my texts.
I just came here to announce my official divorce from the Democratic Party. And, you're talking to a guy who's been voted Democrat since I was 18 years old. Up until recently, I've been changing how I vote, but still carrying the label, you know. I'm the type of guy who doesn't jump ship. I try to be the voice of reason within the ship to try to steer it back to a true north. But this party has lost its way. The Democratic Party, let's be honest, has become demonic and barbaric. And I, as a Christian, can't be a part of that anymore.
People have already been offering to kind of step up to continue Charlie's legacy by going on tours of the universities. I believe that Alex Jones has said that he will tour the universities. This woman, Chloe Cole, who must have already been doing this, I haven't actually seen her before, but she says, I will continue having conversations on college campuses. It's what Charlie would want for us all to pick up the cross in his wake. Nobody can ever fill the gap that he left, so we need to work together. I am afraid. I will not lie about that. Nonetheless, it is our calling. And it is scary, and it's going to be scary for a lot of people going forward, but we can't give in to fear. We just can't. Ben Shapiro has also just announced that he's heading to college campuses across the country.
It's still up to us. I saw a lot of rumors online today. I was made aware of this by my team, that I canceled some sort of college tour. That's bullshit. I saw those rumors. They are false. I will be coming to college campuses, many of them this year. So will we all, I am sure, because we're Americans and we're not going to be deterred. Charlie's voice is not silent. We're going to pick up that bloodstained microphone where Charlie left it. And to those who would intimidate, who would seek to stop us, who would seek to end free discussion, who believe that they have ownership over public spaces and can violently threaten and kill people who speak freely, we are not going to stop. And I have two words: fuck you. We will not stop telling the truth. We will never stop telling the truth. We will never stop debating and discussing. We will never stop standing up for what America is and for what she should be. And we will never let Charlie Kirk's voice die.
Perhaps there will be many, many more who offer to go out there. I mean, it would be wonderful if even just a general debate stage were to go through the universities across the country and just promote the concept of people talking with each other and having dialogue with each other. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I think a massive, massive shift is coming. I think it's already taking place. The right is rallying together in this way that I have never seen before. And I think that, you know, so many of us, I'm sure millions of us, have been so deeply affected by this, the events of this last week, that it's inevitable that there will be change. And I know I personally just feel that I will be different in my interactions going forward. I just have had enough now, you know. I don't think that we should let the media away with it anymore. It shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be accepted as normal to describe us as far-right extremists. It shouldn't be ever acceptable anymore to call us fascists, Nazis, you know, any of this. It all has to stop now. And I think the right has just, we've all had enough. So one thing that many people on the right have begun to do this week is to anybody who posted videos celebrating Charlie's death, anybody who commented celebrating his death, they would check their profile, check their place of work, and take a screenshot of what they posted, and then contact their employer. And there are people getting fired en masse now.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going around on the internet finding people making fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I go and report them to their employers so they get fired. And we got 5 more. We have sent out over 300 emails to employers, and we have gotten now 15 confirmed fires.
And I know that there are some who disagree with this practice, but I think I actually support it. I think that it's so important that there are repercussions, that we do not allow this to be normal and for people to think that it's socially acceptable to celebrate an innocent man's death. And I get that in their eyes, they don't see him as innocent. Sorry, he never committed a crime. He never did anything illegal. And even if he did, it's not up to you. It's not up to anybody to take his life. It horrifies me, the concept that these people actually thought that it was socially acceptable to do this, that other people would see it, that they were willing to put their face to it. I am absolutely horrified by that. And so, yes, I believe there should be repercussions for those people. They need to understand that it is not okay. And the only way they'll understand that is if there are repercussions. So I fully support this. So yes, a lot of people have lost their jobs over this. The companies can't have people like that representing them or being connected to them, understandably. And the right has just been so organized. It's really very inspirational how organized people have been. But yes, the right is done. You know, Alex Phillips says, I keep hearing even on BBC that Charlie Kirk held extreme views. Don't let them do this. This is why he is dead today. What extreme views? Why are they extreme? Did he advocate killing people? Did he believe in eugenics? Did he want war? He just wasn't left wing. Increasingly disgusted at how many journalists can't see that they are a huge part of the problem. I honestly think that they just don't care. They do not care if they're a huge part of the problem. They just want to fulfill their agenda. But yes, we should not tolerate this anymore. None of us should. There was one guy in particular on MSNBC who just had disgusting rhetoric after Charlie Kirk's death, and he has been fired. I want to see these journalists just, they can't be in media anymore. These reporters, they need to be wormed out, and we need to get them out. It's not acceptable anymore. Many people who were afraid to share their opinions before are very bravely coming out. Your Data Sucks says, as a university professor, I've hidden my political beliefs to retain employment. I've posted on social media under anonymous accounts, fearing cancellation. That ends today. Honestly, that's so wonderful to hear. I honestly think this is going to make massive rippling effects. Tonight, my 23-year-old son came home from a long day of being an electrician apprentice, then trade school, out the door at 5:30 a.m, back home at 8 p.m, showered, ate dinner, did push-ups, sat next to me and prayed aloud for Charlie's family for 10 minutes without prompting, listened to 2 worship songs including Rise Up, O Men of God, watched a short talk by Charlie while eating, hugged me and said, I need to be like Charlie, God help me, went to bed. Something is happening with young men, burn like fire, pour like rain. It's wonderful to hear.
When you're on campus, do you ever feel unsafe when it gets to this amount of numbers?
We don't want to have to be accountable to God when this life passes. And he asks, why did you not trust in me and not fight evil? My call is to fight evil and to proclaim truth. That's it.
If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith. I'm just flesh and bone, but more importantly, I'm a soul. And that soul is accountable to one being. What matters is your relationship with the divine, your relationship with your family, your kids, and maybe a close collection of friends, and your relationship with the truth.
Christ wants us to be salt and light. Now, what are the 2 characteristics of salt and light? They change the environments that they come in contact with. They do not affirm. They do not conform. They change for the better. We as Christians are called to change the environment that we come in touch with.
Before I go on a college campus, my prayer is very simple. God, use me for your will. God is sovereign above all. What is God's plan when I go on a college campus? I just believe I will only tell truth. I will not compromise. And I'll love on the lost. The specific teachings of Christ is go make disciples of all nations. Jesus called us to love children. Jesus called us to tell truth. Jesus called us to contest in the public square for his purposes. I'm far more interested in what God wants of me than what I want from God. And what God wants from me is a life fighting for truth.
You are commanded to go do something productive with your life.
Wow.
To go give and to produce and to risk and to then go sow into other people. That is a biblical idea that has made the world a profoundly better place.
He knew full well that his life was at risk, and he trusted God's will. And for whatever reason, God's will was this. And I know that he would have no regrets. I want to end it with this song that somebody wrote for him. I am very proud of the way that the right has reacted to all of this, and you know, I don't know how the far left can look at the right and call us fascists and call us evil when they behave the way that they do. And I wish I could hold a mirror up to them. But in reality, the best thing we can do is just be the light that we wish they were. And maybe one day they'll be able to see. But yeah, I'm proud of the right this week. And I'll end the video there. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.